If an all-knowing, all-powerful creator genuinely wants the maximum number of people to be saved, why does hell exist at all? To answer this, theologians point to a concept called middle knowledge. The idea is that before time began, God could see an infinite number of hypothetical realities, millions of possible worlds. Within these countless realities, God established parameters for human existence, pathways leading to life by choosing Him, and pathways leading to death by rejecting Him. From this infinite catalog, God selected and actualized this specific world. In the divine calculation, this version of reality was chosen as the most effective path toward His ultimate goals for humanity. The theological rule anchoring this system is absolute libertarian free will. Mankind is granted the agency to choose which door they walk through. Yet this agency sits right next to perfect divine foreknowledge. Long before a person is even born, God knows exactly which individuals will use their freedom to choose the door to death. This forces a difficult question. If a creator knows your exact point of failure before He even built you, is your choice truly free, or is it simply a disguised form of determinism? Critics point out a logical loophole here. If God has perfect foreknowledge, He doesn't need to interfere with human choices to save people. He can just selectively choose who gets created in the first place. Imagine a world B. In this scenario, God simply refrains from creating the specific souls He knows will use their free will to choose hell. The system identifies those who will reject salvation and deflects them before they ever enter the timeline. Think of it like cooking for a guest. You wouldn't serve a massive plate of spaghetti to someone if you knew with absolute certainty they hated it. So, why would God offer the gift of life to a soul He knows will definitively reject it? This metric shows the mathematical outcome of World B. You maintain 100% of human free will, but the population of hell drops to exactly 0. No one is forced. The people who would fail simply aren't made. Despite this seemingly perfect solution, God rejected World B. He chose the world where people fail, which means human failure must somehow be required. The theological counterargument is that a perfectly edited reality, a world with 0 failure, actually breaks human psychology. Unlike a deity, humans are not all-knowing. Our inherent limitations mean we require an environment where we can learn from consequences. We exist in a classroom. If God only created people who chose life, the complete absence of visible consequences creates a massive vulnerability. An untested utopia spawns an irresistible curiosity, turning the unknown into a powerful temptation. For limited creatures, a flawless utopia is unstable. Humans cannot sustain a choice for good without a tangible, visible understanding of what evil actually looks like. This leads to a harsh reality within this theological model. God has to allow rejectors to exist. People must be allowed to choose death so the rest of the class can learn the lesson. Consider the biblical account of Pharaoh. His extreme defiance and resulting destruction served as a massive, highly visible lesson. Pharaoh's ruin had a mechanical utility. His self-inflicted destruction was actively used to strengthen the faith and obedience of the Israelites who watched it happen. Expand that logic to the entire global population across history. The people who choose the path of destruction act as living warning beacons for the rest of humanity. In this framework, evil, rebellion, and damnation are not accidents. They are highly effective, functional tools utilized by the Creator to guide the majority.
It is comforting to imagine a God who simply wishes everyone would choose life, but the stark reality of the possible worlds calculation tells a different story. God evaluated the math of creation and deliberately selected a timeline that structurally requires human casualties to function at peak efficiency. In this model, the destruction of individuals acts as a structural necessity, a foundational component allowing the rest of the system to function. Hell is the required friction that keeps the engine of the best possible world running. You can certainly argue that mathematically, every individual still makes their own free choice to walk through the door of destruction, but those choices operate inside a carefully rigged environment, a closed system where the destruction of a specific few is pre-calculated to ensure the salvation of the rest.
If you were created because your failure was needed to serve as a negative example in a divinely orchestrated classroom, were you ever truly free?